It's the Odd Drunk Podcast, a very strange podcast. The drunkest show in the world. It's Jackson and Colton talking out of their ass. We don't care as long as drinks are poured. Sometimes we have our friends here. We will talk about anything. We don't care as long as we have beer. And if you let that whiskey ring. The Odd Drunk Podcast.
Because that's how we treat our listeners.
Yeah. Like a
Joke. You're a joke if you're listening to this.
I guess
Because
that's the beginning of the episode.
Yeah. What are you doing here? Get out of here. We don't want you here. No, I'm just kidding. We want you here.
Stick around.
And
please.
when I say you're a jokester, like the Joker. You look at society in a different lens.
Yeah.
Everybody here at the Odd Drunk Podcast has issues with society. And we know
we live in a society.
we live in a society,
Yeah.
and Robert De Niro, watch out.
Oh, God.
Coming for you. We're not going to make any other weird, awkward, de-aging movies with Martin Scorsese.
Yeah.
I like The Irishman. It's long, though. And
It is long.
I've watched it once.
Yeah. There's a few movies out there that I'm like, good movie. Don't really want to watch it again.
Yeah.
12 Years a Slave.
Yeah. And
Good movie. I've seen it twice, and the second time was because it was extra credit for our class.
I've seen it twice, both for scholastic reasons.
First time I saw it, I rented it when it came out,
Oh, nice.
and then I saw it for
So
class.
you chose to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
Great, fantastic movie.
Yeah.
If you haven't watched it, you got to watch it. It's also just really heavy. It's
really hard to get through, yeah.
So I don't.
It's not really a fun subject matter.
It's not super rewatchable in that sense.
But it's important to know. Anyways, that's a drab topic. Let's get out of there. So yeah, welcome back to the Odd Drunk Podcast with your host, Mark and not Mark.
Mark and not Mark.
No, neither of us are Mark. It's Jackson and Colton here again.
Not Mark.
Don't worry.
Not Mark and not Mark.
Not Mark with a X across it.
Yeah.
Cancels it out.
Circled XL.
Yeah. Anyways,
Denied stamp.
Yeah. And whatever the last one is, that's what it is.
And then just for safety,
You know how
just
negative-
for safe measures, some whiteout.
Just all over the whole thing. So it's just blank.
Yeah, just a
Just a blank piece of paper.
blank piece of paper that has a weird
Yeah.
texture that you can't place.
That you can't quite figure
Yeah.
out what it was.
You're like, what is this weird?
You just toss in the can.
Yeah,
That's not what we want you to do with this podcast, so don't toss us in the trash. But yeah, we are back after our Twilight commentary. Finished it, finally.
yeah.
Actually, we finished it like months ago at this point, but
Finally
It's
got
finished.
the episode out.
yeah, it's
We're
out.
done with it.
Done.
Never
Goodbye.
Never wipe clean.
Wiped clean. My hands are wiped clean.
Washing our
yeah.
hands from it, and
We'll have to find another
Yeah.
young adult franchise to dog on, though.
maybe the Hunger Games.
Or the City of Bones, or whatever
Yeah.
it is.
Maze Runner.
Yeah. That's actually okay. Those are okay. The first one, at least, I think.
Percy Jackson. Should talk about those movies.
We should.
About Pierce.
We could.
Pierce Brosnan.
It's a
as
threat.
centaur.
We're gonna talk about Pierce Brosnan as a centaur. It's a threat.
I actually enjoy those movies. They're not good,
No, not even the first one is
but
really.
they're kind of fun
Yeah, and that's all.
in
you
a
really,
silly way. Uma Thurman as Medusa.
Yeah, she is.
I watched them recently with my girlfriend.
Nice.
They're on Disney+.
You know, sometimes a movie just needs to be fun, and it just needs to stop there. You
yeah.
know, whether or not it has any artistic quality to it.
I mean,
More or less.
you can have both.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can.
Quentin Tarantino is a very good example of fun movies that are also artistically interesting.
Yeah, and also his exploits of his foot fetish.
Yeah.
And Tarantino is.
I saw some guy online who was like a summary of all Quentin Tarantino movies is we get it. you've seen more movies than me.
Yeah. Well, like this Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which I have not seen yet. Okay, but I
The
want
only
to see
one I
it.
have not seen yet.
Maybe
Maybe we'll have to do a commentary.
it's
on
his
that,
love
yeah.
letter to Hollywood, right?
Yeah.
And his supposed last movie, his 10th film, I believe, is also a love letter to Hollywood. It's about
His love letter
it's
to
about some
Hollywood
famous
is
critic.
Yeah, his love letter to Hollywood is Charles Manson.
And
That's
how
That's
Brad
essentially,
Pitt killed him.
Yeah, that's essentially
And,
like
yeah,
what that movie's about.
it's like if Brad Pitt was there, he done got him.
Yeah,
He done got him.
good old Brad Pitt.
Yeah,
He's
I heard
just-
Bullet Train's pretty good.
I have too. Yeah,
But yeah, today we are going to be talking about Guinness Book of World Records and an assortment of world records we have found.
yeah.
And of course, and we'll elaborate on it more in a second here. We are drinking Guinness.
of course you can't not.
You can't discuss the Guinness Book of World Records without drinking Guinness
Yeah,
because they actually are connected. I did not realize that until I did research for this episode. I think I heard somebody told me about it one time, and I was like, "Nah, you're."
I think I
bullshitting
always
me."
just assumed there was a connection, but I didn't know what the connection was.
Right.
Because I was
Yeah.
like, there can't be two Guinness companies out there.
I mean, I
That-
guess
that would be weird.
I guess there could, but,
But,
we'll get into that
yeah.
in a little bit. But before we start off here, we got a new little segment that we do every once in a while.
Yeah.
You got anything? You got any bit of news or anything you want to talk about? Get off your chest before
Any
you
bit
know
of news.
before we get counted for tangent points.
I don't
Let's-
know. I don't know. I drank a lot of coffee before we started this, so I'm very jittery. And
He
my
did.
My mind is kind of.
We were playing some Black Ops 3 Zombies.
Yeah.
And yeah, I heard he was definitely drinking coffee then.
Yeah.
He-
While we were playing,
Yeah.
I was commenting, going, I've drank too much coffee, and then I continue just to drink more coffee.
Yep.
So
That's how it goes.
yeah, there's my cup over
You know.
there on the other side of the room.
Honestly, you can never have too much coffee.
Yeah, I mean, you
can.
can,
But you don't want to stop.
But yeah, no, coffee's good. And it's,
Coffee is good.
It's difficult to. Yeah.
Speaking of which, I'm not going to make any promises or give out any dates or deadlines, but we have thought about doing another podcast where we drink coffee, talk about coffee and whatever.
Yeah.
A little short form thing, experiment with that because I know we go on for a while here,
Yeah.
to say the least. But yeah, maybe you'll be seeing something in the future. I don't know. Maybe
might be a thing.
it could be. Maybe it's already a thing
like-
by the time you're listening,
Yeah.
because you could be listening 10 years in the future.
That's true.
That's how it works.
We do consistently
It's time
get
travel.
view or downloads on old episodes.
Yeah,
So,
which is pretty good.
you know.
So if you're just starting with us, you're probably not even listening to this episode yet.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, I got to start at 1. And I'm like, you don't really want to start
You
at
don't
1.
you don't want to start. At
It's like with
one.
the Office. It's like you could skip season 1.
Yeah.
Start with season 2 where they figure out the character development and it's better quality. Same thing with us. We started out with one microphone plugged into a laptop.
I remember
and then an
watching
8-track.
a lot of season 1 of The Office when I was a kid. Because
Yeah, and you're like, this is lame.
well, because I mean, I followed it on TV, but we owned season 1 on iTunes,
No, season 1's actually got some
and
banger episodes.
I
so-
remember when the
It's really the first episode.
it was like the first iPod that came out. You could play videos on. I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember what, but I had that. It was a hand me down, and
Had The Office.
I had the season 1 of The Office on there, and I watched it a lot. I also
Nice.
had season 1 of Jackass on there,
Nice.
so I watched a lot of both of those.
And I would love to talk about The Office and Jackass at some point, actually.
Both would be fun.
My bit of news is I played some zombies with Colton. If you were a fan of Call of Duty Zombies or just zombie survival games, I would recommend Black Ops 3 Zombies. It's probably the best they've done.
I'm having
which
fun
Eric's
with
done.
it.
Yeah, it's a lot of
yeah.
fun. And-
Jackson picked up a copy for me so we could play
Yeah.
together, and
And-
it's pretty damn good. I gotta
Well, and
say.
all the custom map options you have on the Steam Workshop.
Yeah.
That, the sky's the limit. There's a lot of good stuff there. Also, because I don't think we're gonna have an episode on it. Been watching The Mandalorian. Probably get an episode on that by the time that wraps up.
Yeah, new episode as we're recording right now today.
Oh, really?
I haven't watched it yet.
Me
but
neither. I
will
really liked the
later.
last episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was better than the one that tried to be like Andor. To be quite honest,
Yeah.
That one threw me off a little.
I'm in the
a little
middle of
boring.
watching Andor, but my girlfriend got into it too, so I have to wait for her to keep watching it.
I still haven't started Andor yet. I figure
It's
I'm
pretty good.
I'm gonna
It's,
finish The Mandalorian. I'm just gonna
Yeah.
keep up with that, and then once that's over with, go to Andor.
Yeah,
know.
Andor is good. I mean, it's slow.
It's the politics of Star Wars again.
I mean, kind of. Andor feels more like a kind of slice of life type of Star Wars show.
Okay.
So it doesn't focus a whole lot on like too much on the politics stuff, but it shows like Mothma as a character in it, and it
Nice.
shows her kind of maneuvering stuff behind the scenes a little bit. So it shows some of that of her, throwing parties at her house to kind of put up an appearance type of thing.
Oh, that's fun.
So like it shows stuff like that.
And it's all on Coruscant, right?
Her story does take place on Coruscant,
Okay.
but you follow Cassian Andor too, and it takes a while for him.
I heard a lot of it was filmed on location, which is pretty fun.
Yeah,
They didn't use a lot of the volume.
yeah. There's a lot of real sets and stuff, and it does take a while for Cassian to kind of start becoming like
A
invested
rebel.
into the cause and all
Right.
that. But it's a good show. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I gotta check it out. Also, I just watched over the weekend John Wick Chapter 4. I don't want to spoil anything,
Yeah, I've
but
not watched it
absolute banger. If you're into action movies, if you've seen the John Wick movies, I can easily say this is the best one. I'm serious. Objectively, this movie from start to finish is just,
Well,
just,
I've not seen it yet, but you know what? From the trailers, as soon as there's two moments in the trailers that made me go, "Yep,
Donnie Yen.
this is going to be awesome." Yeah, one was when they revealed Donnie Yen is in it because I fucking love Donnie Yen, and also there's a moment where in one of the trailers where Morpheus says,
Yeah, Lawrence Fishburne's character. Yeah, the homeless king.
"Are you ready, John?" And Keanu Reeves just goes,
Yeah.
and I was like, "Yeah, I'm watching."
pretty
this.
much-
Yeah.
But no, there's a lot of great action, great cinematography. I mean, and great character moments. A lot of good one-liners, and there's some comedy in there, which is always good because Keanu. I mean, come on. And actually, I'm not even gonna spoil it. Just go watch it. I already told Colton some stuff, but I'm not gonna tell you anything. And you're on the internet, so you've probably seen stuff anyways. You don't need to hear it from me. I'm not gonna be the guilty party here.
Yeah.
The internet's the guilty party.
Internet spoiled
TikTok.
one of those
is
Mandalorian
currently-
episodes this season for me.
Yeah. TikTok's currently the guilty party right now. It's getting investigated by Congress.
Yeah, and Congress does not know what they're talking about, and it's funny.
Well, I get their concerns, but it also seems like they're just a bunch of old men. They're like, oh, this app that kids like.
This
ugh.
Tic Tac app.
This Tic Tac, yeah.
yeah.
Speaking of Tic Tacs, I wish I had one, actually.
Yeah.
I prefer Tic Tac over TikTok.
I do too.
You
Yeah,
know,
I mean, I use TikTok, but I'm not like attached to it. You know,
Yeah, a lot of people.
it's fine.
Couldn't say the same, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think they should ban it because free speech and other reasons, but I'm not defending the app because I'm like attached to the app.
Right. I don't want to go down this
there's other
rabbit hole.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Anyway,
I don't want the Chinese Communist Party breathing down my neck. That's all I will say.
yeah.
Anyways, go. This is for the troops. Okay. America, yes. We're number one. Every other country, I don't care.
We're
take.
very scatterbrained.
Yeah, we are
today.
And I do not actually believe that. And did you know Guinness is older in America? 1759.
It is. Yeah.
I talked about in our St. Patty's episode, but
Yeah.
just to kind of
We've talked about Guinness a lot.
Of course we
I
have.
mean, we did a history of beer episode, where
And
we
of
talked
course
about
we
Guinness.
talked about Guinness.
And St. Patty's Day, where we talked about Guinness. And
Guinness.
now we're talking about Guinness.
Again, once
mean,
again.
It's good beer. I like Guinness.
I like the little ball on it.
Yeah, I remember Bill, Dave Avatar. We were at a St. Patty's Day party like quite a few years ago, and he
Don't say it like that. Don't phrase it like that.
yeah
We had a St. Patty's party at some point, and Bill
he poured out his Guinness.
he thought somebody.
I walked into the kitchen. He was pouring out his Guinness. He's like, "Someone put something in my can." Can you hear that? And I'm like, Bill, that's the little ball that they put in the Guinness for the
Yeah, it has
nitro.
like the nitrogen in it.
And he was
or
like,
whatever.
"Oh, okay." So he
Yeah.
poured out Guinness because he thought someone put something in his beer.
Yeah, that's classic Dave Avatar.
Speaking of Guinness, we do have something else we're drinking today.
We do.
Something we've not had on the podcast recently, or at all, because I've been getting into rum again. I just saw that face you made as you sipped it.
No, I like it.
It's not what you'd expect.
I haven't had a lot of
It's
white rums as of late.
Yeah, so it's different because up here we've got Diplomatico and the Ronza Kappa, which we've had on the podcast before.
Of course, we
Although
have.
I don't think you've ever tried the Ronza Kappa, so if you feel like it, help yourself to it. That Ronza Kappa is so basically both of those
Just taking a look
they're
at it.
column stilled dark rums. But here we've got they're pot stilled. But here we've got Probitas, which is a bottled in Barbados, but it's a oh my god.
First big sneeze of the year.
Yeah.
We have not had one so far. Write it down, everybody.
Right. When we get to 3, we got to take a shot.
Or something. Or maybe we'll blow up.
But this is a blend of column stilled Jamaican and Barbados rums. And it's a lot lighter and kind of fruitier
profile, yeah.
in its profile than these other rums that we typically go for. So these other ones are a little more heavy on the toffee and caramel and vanilla flavors, and then
Vanilla forward, etc.
Yeah,
Insert.
and then plantation, which we love.
Yeah.
I didn't know this until recently. Plantation is finished in cognac barrels. So
okay.
that kind of gives it a unique flavor. But this stuff's different, and I think it's pretty good.
I think it
it's
would
just
be
different.
good to mix a cocktail in.
This would be
colada
fantastic for a cocktail.
Oh,
I
a
think.
pina
Yeah.
colada with this?
Ooh, yeah, that'd be tasty.
Fantastic.
Yeah, or a
But
daiquiri
it
maybe.
stands on its own.
Yeah, it's not as smooth.
It makes itself. Yeah, it makes itself known in your mouth.
It burns.
It- yeah.
Fights back a little bit.
But I like my liquor to kick back a little.
Yeah, but
you know?
it's got an interesting profile. Probitas rum. Apparently,
You know what?
apparently in other countries it goes by a different name.
Okay.
I don't remember what it is.
You know what? I like
So
my
Chris
liquor.
McMahon,
McMahon.
if you're listening, I know
Chris with a K.
I know they sell this in the UK, but it does. It's not called Probitas over there. It's called something else, and I can't remember. What
Okay.
it's called. I'd have to look it up, but I'm not going to right now. But it's good stuff.
But as I was saying, sometimes I like my liquor to remind me that I'm drinking poison.
Yeah.
Not saying, okay, that sounds really bad. That sounds really bad. I like it. It just has a good kick to it, okay?
Yeah.
Just because,
Remind you that your liver's dying slowly.
just because your dog bites you doesn't mean you put it down.
yeah.
You like it more for that reason. Good boy. But do that on the
I mean,
assailant.
I wouldn't say that if my dog bit me. I would be like, "Oh, good boy, and here's a treat." No, I mean, I'd probably be like, "No, bad dog."
I'm in a weird headspace right now. And this whole podcast is in a weird space right now.
This is a weird episode.
like,
so far
where are we?
already.
We're in the cloud somewhere.
It's we're
And
very, very scatterbrained.
Hey,
So,
CCP, if you're listening, I would love to record an episode with who's the president right now?
Biden?
Chinese.
Oh, Xi Jinping?
Yeah. Xi Jinping. Let's do an episode.
The president of the CCP, Biden?
Hey, let's not get in there. Let's not get in there. There's
Uh-oh.
people that would like to think that,
I'm sure there are people who would take that seriously.
Oh yeah. But Sleepy Joe, if you're listening, keep it cool. I like your sunglasses.
He does.
He does have good.
sunglasses.
Yeah, he has.
He
good
gives off. One thing I'll say about him, he gives off very good, like, cool old guy who doesn't know what's going on vibes.
Yeah. If he would have been president like 10, 15 years earlier,
Yeah.
probably be better
He
for
just
not
gives
for
off
Ameri-
he just gives off the same vibes of, like, the cool old guy that goes that
Boomer vibes.
that I see at the bar.
Yeah.
That clearly doesn't know what day of the week it is. But
does he need to?
But he's got cool sunglasses. He's vibing though.
Yeah, Biden is vibing.
That's the vibes I get from
Yeah,
Biden.
yeah, and that's all we will say because
That's about as political as we'll get.
we make an effort not to get political or too controversial here on
Yeah.
the Odd Drunk Podcast.
But you've been showing me those AI president voices.
Oh, those are
the
great.
gaming videos.
And those are great if you
Those are fun.
wouldn't want to send that to somebody that takes this shit seriously, of course.
Yeah.
But as a poli-sci major, I love it. I wish I would have had that during. I would have used that in class. I would have found a way to use that in class.
And then
I'll just leave it there.
Poli-sci
Yeah.
majors. They're ridiculous.
Gotta love
They're-
'em.
Yeah. They have professors who light grocery stores.
We're
on fire.
we're a bunch of cheeky bastards. Anyways,
well, there was a professor.
yes,
who
he was
was-
also your professor, Colton.
Yeah, but he was in the poli-sci department. That was just an elective for me.
So it doesn't count that he committed arson if he was an elective.
He wasn't my professor.
Okay, we've said enough.
I just
though.
had it,
We've
yeah.
said. I don't want to. We've said enough.
All right,
Okay.
all right.
This is a weird
Let's
episode.
move on
In fact,
from
I
Sleepy
think
Joe and convicted arsonists.
let's take a quick
and-
little break. Shh. We're taking a break. And we're back. Anyways, we're here to talk about some world records. and
I'm not
some-
even drunk yet.
No, but the
weird.
caffeine.
It's the caffeine.
The caffeine gets to you.
Ugh.
It gets you on that a fast wavelength, but not the
Yeah.
kind you need.
Yeah,
But the kind that you want.
I cannot sit still. Yeah,
That's what. Yeah. Let's get into this, Colton.
world records.
Yeah. So. Okay. Quick reset. Okay. World records. So what about it? Who cares, right? I care.
They're fun.
They are fun.
I mean, you texted me and
The
just
Guinness
said,
Book of World Records.
You basically just texted me and was like,
Cares.
"What if we talked about world records while drinking Guinness?"
Well,
And-
duh.
And that's so we looked up some world records.
So yeah, let me start us off here with the history of Guinness Book of World Records, how it started, why it started.
Yeah,
It was mostly just a rich Scot that
Sir Huge Beaver. I mean Hugh Beaver.
So on August 27th, 1955, the first edition of the Guinness Book of World Records is published in Great Britain. Quickly proves to be a hit. Now known as the Guinness World Records book, the annual publication features a wide range of feats related to humans and animals. The inspiration for the record book can be traced in November 1951 when Sir Hugh Beaver, managing director of the Guinness Brewery, cheers of Guinness, parentheses found in Dublin, 1759, if we didn't already know.
Hey, did you know that Guinness is older than the United States?
Is this going to be our new running joke? No matter what episode we're doing, we have to
I think this
insert
is-
obligatory Guinness fact. Yeah. Anyways, he was on a hunting trip in Ireland. After failing to shoot a golden plover, Beaver and the members of his hunting party debated whether the creature was Europe's fastest game bird, but were unable to locate a book with the answer. Like, damn it! I need the book. I
I
need
wish
the
there
answer.
was just some book out there
that had
that
a
told us what the best of everything is.
right. Anyways, thinking that the patrons of British pubs would enjoy a record book, which could be used to settle friendly disagreements, Beaver decided to have one produced. He hired twin brothers Norris and Ross McRither, founders of a London-based agency that provided facts and statistics to newspapers and advertisers. You know, facts and statistics in the 50s.
They weren't super about that.
No.
Well, maybe over in the UK they were.
Maybe the ones that supported...
Here in the U.S., though, that was McCarthy era. They weren't super about facts.
Yeah, you gotta love the 50s. Anyways, so the book was intended to be given away for free in pubs to promote the Guinness brand. However, it turned out to be so popular, the company started selling it that fall and became a bestseller. An American edition debuted in 1956 and would soon be followed by editions in a number of other countries. McRithers traveled the globe to research and verify records. Ross McRither was involved in compiling the book until his death in 1975 at the hands... Now, this gets crazy.
Okay.
This actually gets crazy.
This is. I didn't get this far into the history when I was researching.
Ross McRither died at the hands of the IRA.
Oh, wow.
Irish Republic Army gunmen. His brother Norris continued to serve as the book's editor until 1986.
Wow.
And thus, that's where we get Guinness. Book of World Records. Which it is connected to Guinness. However,
it's a bummer that you can't talk about
connection-
anything with Guinness and things like that.
Without the
and,
IRA
and then
coming
the
up,
IRA
yeah.
shows up. It's a really dark period of Irish history.
Yeah,
and
it's just a very unfortunate fact that
yeah.
if you're going to talk about Irish history at all, the IRA is going to be coming up.
Yeah.
Guinness, let alone Guinness.
Yeah.
But just a little kind of background for myself, though. I always knew about the Guinness World Records. I mean, as a kid at the book fairs, you would always get them for each year.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
the scholastic book
I always had a
fairs.
buddy that would get them. We would look through it and be like, that's so gross.
Look
at that lady with the long
scholastic
nails.
book fairs, the stuff I was always interested in was Guinness World Records and Calvin and Hobbes.
And R.L. Stein.
Oh, yeah, I loved R.L. Stein. Yeah, goosebumps.
Yeah, it gives me goosebumps when I read those books.
Yeah.
Ooh. Anyways, but I never made the connection that Guinness Brewing was connected to the Guinness Book of World Records. I always thought, oh, that's just a funny coincidence. They have the same name.
I
But
kind of just
at
always
this point, they seem such separate entities now.
Yeah.
Like I never known anyone to say, oh yeah, Guinness like the brewery. No.
I always kind of assumed there was a connection, but I didn't know what the connection was, and I never cared enough.
And
to find
when
out.
whenever you buy a Guinness or you go to a pub that's maybe like Guinness is their main beer, you never hear about it. They never like give you a little sticker saying, "Oh, go buy the Book of World Records."
These days, they practically are separate.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
It's just the name essentially, but that's why we're drinking Guinness, of course. I would have drank Guinness anyways because they have the same name, even if there's no connection.
Yeah. I also just like Guinness. It is one of my
I'll find
favorite
any
beers.
reason to drink Guinness.
Yeah. I'm always glad to drink some Guinness. And it's only 125 calories.
Yeah, that's not bad at all.
Yeah. It's better than most beers.
That's better than some seltzers.
But yeah, I mean, looking at the origins of it, the idea that it was the book was initially made as a way, like a promotional thing, as a way to settle like pub bets and things like that. Kind of makes sense though.
Does, but now it's just like the weird, wacky stuff, you know.
That's what it's known for, but it's still got all the other stuff in it. I mean,
of course.
I mean, wildlife is still featured.
So, do you want us to? Who wants to start us off here?
Yeah. So we went through some, found some cool facts from the Guinness World Record. We're going to talk about. Let's see. Why don't you start us out?
All right. So, if you've been listening to us for a while, or if you haven't, me and Colton are musicians, playing rock and roll and some bluegrass sometimes, and a little bit of jazz, a little bit of jiving,
sometimes some hip hop,
sometimes some funk and hip hop.
Not very well. The last one we don't do well.
Don't make me bring up that episode idea.
But we try it.
It's gonna happen.
Leave it at that.
Let's leave it
Keep
there.
the audience guessing.
Yeah, keep them in suspense. Anyways, I got a list of the 20.
But check out our last album review episode, though.
Yeah, it's a good
featuring
one, yeah.
Denzel Curry.
Yeah. Oh,
Speaking
I love
of
it, yeah.
rap and hip hop.
Denzel Curry,
great
Living
stuff.
Color,
Yeah.
Lobby Sifre,
Ooh, yeah.
And,
that was I've been listening to that Lobby Sifre. That's
Bad Brains.
Yeah.
Bad Brains. Yeah.
But either way, continue.
We'll have another album review coming up. I love doing
Plugs of previous episodes don't count as tangents.
this. But they should count as their own thing.
Yeah.
But we'll figure that out. Anyways, I got a list from Loudwire here. They're known as like the metal news website, basically. 20 of the coolest rock plus metal related Guinness World Records. So starting up number 20, and this one really impressed me. Largest electric guitar in the world. And I'll definitely have a picture on our Instagram of all this stuff that we talk about. Scott Ripito set this record in May 2001 by building a 43-foot, 7.5-inch tall, 16-foot, 5.5-inch wide guitar that weighs 2,000 pounds.
Holy shit.
With the Conroe Independent School District Academy of Science and Technology students.
Weighs literally a ton.
The guitar was modeled after 1967 Gibson Flying V.
Classy.
Yeah, I love it. I love the V.
Yeah, you've been playing one.
And
Not
yes.
a Gibson, but a different brand.
Yes. And yes.
A
the guitar-
Jackson brand.
Yeah, and I didn't get it. I don't have a Jackson V just because it's my name. I waited a long time till I got one.
It's a rad
It's really fun.
guitar.
Really,
Yeah.
yeah, I have the Anthrax one.
I think that's one of the coolest
Scotty and
guitars you've owned.
Well, just the the red
It's a
candy
yeah.
apple red white pick guard V,
You can't go wrong with that.
and you get all the pointy bits and the pointy head.
Yeah.
You
You gotta play it like a classical guitar. If you're sitting
Yeah,
down.
yeah. It's actually quite comfortable. You just sit it right there in between the V's legs, and it just sits on your lap and you play it. It's pretty good. But here's an image just to, well, if it will let me zoom in, but just to give you a sense of scale. There's a man standing next to it with a rack of guitar stands.
Holy shit!
Yeah, it's ginormous.
Took me a second to spot the man.
Right. That's a lot of guitar right there. And apparently it is playable. Has pickups, strings, everything, right?
Wow. What gauge are
And,
those strings?
and I would love to see a video of this proving this happened. Maybe it's out there somewhere. Apparently A Hard Day's Night was played on the guitar at Cynthia Wood's Mitchell Pavilion in 2000.
Wow.
And that song, everyone knows that opening chord to that song.
Yeah.
Did they have multiple people
They have
running around on the neck?
They have to have. Fun fact, that is the first time I ever got with my friends and learned a song together to play.
Hard Day's Night?
It was
Really?
Hard Day's Night.
Really
Yeah.
nice, respectable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We did not do a good job, but that's a
It's a
That's
lot
beside
harder
the
than
point.
you think it would be. Actually, there's some interesting chords in there.
yeah.
Next one I have. This one really hits close to home for me. It's one of my favorite. Well, not maybe one of my top Weezer songs, but it's one of my favorite Weezer songs. Most memes ever used in a music video, and of course, Weezer did it.
Of course.
The world record for the most memes used in a music video was set by Weezer with their Pork and Beans music video. And really, that video was the best version of YouTube Rewind we ever had for that era.
Yeah.
You're like, let's get another one, Weezer. Come on.
Yeah.
Video came out in 2009 and had 55 different memes in it. Everything from Dramatic Gopher to Leave Britney Alone YouTuber.
Wow.
Chocolate Rain Guy.
Old
the
memes.
shoes. Yeah, classics.
memes.
Yeah.
Yeah, classical.
Ancient Dark Age memes. Yeah.
Nice, finely aged.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I believe they had. I don't know why they're not talking about this in this list, but they were setting world records during the filming of that music video. Not just because the meme thing. I think these might have been broken after. Maybe that's why they're not talking about in the list.
Yeah.
But they set the world record for the largest nachos in the shape of the Weezer logo. It was like
Oh,
40
wow.
yards long.
Nice.
And they set the world record for the most players on a Guitar Hero session. Among
I
various
miss
other.
Guitar
Oh, and they did the T-shirt thing. And those records have since been broken.
Yeah.
But the most memes used in a music video, Weezer still holds that record.
Still holding it. Yeah, I respect that. That's cool.
Yeah. And
I don't think I've actually seen that music video. I know the song.
Oh, you have
of
to.
course,
It's
but
such a
I don't think I've ever seen the video.
It's a great music video. It's classic. Here's a fun one. Definitely. Oh, Roger Daltrey. All right. The Who.
Okay.
The Who.
The most amount of horse steroids taken in one.
Well, I know they were one of the loudest bands of the time. Definitely.
The Who. I mean,
seriously.
I've been listening to them recently again.
Oh,
and
great.
For the era.
Listen to Tommy.
Oh, Tommy's the best. I have that on vinyl.
Nice.
So good. But for the era, they fucking rocked.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they
Yeah.
did. I believe it was Paul McCartney heard a Who song on the radio, and that's what inspired him to write Helter Skelter.
Nice.
He's like, we can do something like that.
Yeah. Great song.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have some of this Ron
But,
Zappa here.
So the shortest music concert ever. The Who set this Guinness World Record for the shortest concert in the world, which took place in Tampa, Florida, 2007. And started and ended in only 13 seconds.
What? Okay.
There were 9,000
explain.
fans at this show, and the concert had to end after Roger Daltrey realized that due to an illness, he couldn't sing.
Oh.
So it just ended. They
That's-
started. I wonder what they started playing.
Oh, hold on. Phone's ringing.
What theme is that?
It's an 8-bit version of the Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Classic. But yeah, it ended after 13 seconds when Roger Daltrey he couldn't sing.
Wow.
So I
I
imagine.
mean, that probably sucks for the fans.
Imagine the
that were
intro
there.
to Pinball Wizard. You know, the classic intro.
Yeah.
And then, Everett! Nah, end it.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
That's pretty. Yeah.
Oh, this is a fun one. Largest guitar amp in the world. There's a picture for reference. There's the man. There's the amp.
Some
What's
Back
a
to the Future
Fender?
shit.
It is some Back to the Future. Fender Princeton Reverb. Great amp. Also.
Yeah.
Largest guitar amp in the world is over 10 feet long, 8 feet tall, and 4 feet wide. Guinness World Record was set in Orlando, Florida in 2017 by Full Sail University, of course.
Okay.
Ben Clifton, John Sherman, Joseph Rivers, Max Rivers. I assume there's a relation there. Drew Welkup, Kayla Mraz, Fahad Vania, Zach Bennett, James Adam Shelley, David Rublin, and Matt Sanchez. I guess they all got together to build it. So good
Nice.
for them. Wonder what the wattage is on it.
I've got before you continue, I've got a music related world record that I found.
Yeah, let's keep going.
I got now this was broken fairly recently, but for a long time, the record for the most number of drinks ordered.
That was Andre the Giant, right?
No, not drink. Ordered.
Ordered, okay.
Was held by Merle Haggard. Now it got
Really?
it got broken not by the number of drinks, but the sheer volume of liquid. But technically, he still holds the record for the actual number of drinks. So Merle Haggard, in 1983, ordered. Where's the number here? Over 5,000 shots of whiskey.
Ordered them.
Yeah. And it came out to about 40 gallons of whiskey. So
Was he ordering it for the bar, like on the house?
Yeah. So
type
he
of thing?
at Billy Bob's Texas in 1983, he ordered 5,095 CC Waterbacks, which is it's whiskey and water for some song that he wrote.
Okay.
And he ordered 5,095 of them, and it came
Wow.
out to being about 40 gallons of whiskey.
Wonder how much that costs.
The bar tab
Yeah.
came out to, at the time, $12,737.50, which today would be about $40,000 if you would order that today.
Wow.
It was only broken in where is this? In 2016, when a UK brewery bought 412 beers to celebrate the Queen's 90th birthday.
Okay.
Now, the reason why they consider that breaking the record is because it's
The
more
volume of liquid.
Yeah, more gallons of beer than.
Okay.
But technically, if we're talking about just the number of actual drinks, Merle Haggard kind of still has the record.
Nice.
Yeah.
I have another music one here. The highest grossing music biopic in the world. What do you think it is?
This rum is good.
That doesn't answer my question.
Highest grossing
Think of music biopics as of
biopic.
late.
Is it Elvis?
No, should have been. Way better
right.
movie.
All right. Is it The Crew?
Bohemian Rhapsody.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
Set the Guinness World Record in 2019 when the movie grossed $773.6 million at the worldwide box office. The movie is all about Queen frontman Freddie Mercury, played by Rami Malek. And
It's an okay movie.
it's fine.
For a biopic.
It's not... I don't really like biopics.
I've realized recently that biopics generally are bad.
Yeah. Because they think there's enough just there based on the person,
And given that, I mean, Bohemian Rhapsody one, I saw it in theaters, and I enjoyed my time in theaters. That was worth the $15.
Yeah, a fun movie.
Because I like Queen, I like the music. Rami Malek was pretty good in it.
he did great on all the songs and stuff. Like
yeah.
The 1985 Live Aid performance, all that. Like
He didn't do the singing.
could
They
see it
had a
in your-
Freddie Mercury impersonator actually do the singing, and then he lip-synced that.
and that's why it kind of takes some points away from him because he didn't go as far as to do the singing.
yeah, but Freddie Mercury is
but-
a hard person to
Yes,
imitate
yes,
singing,
that
so,
is true.
But I mean, I had a good time, but on subsequent rewatches, it does not hold up.
No.
Yeah.
I've only seen it once.
Very few biopics hold up. Even what I thought until recently was, because I remember watching as a kid, being like, this is a great movie, the Walk the Line with Joaquin Phoenix. Mm-hmm. Which, I mean, credit to him, he actually did the singing.
Yeah.
I was always like, that's a great movie. Everyone loves that movie. It's long and boring.
I'd rather just listen to
Yeah,
Johnny
it's
Cash and watch Joaquin Phoenix.
Like
play
about
him.
20 minutes into Walk the Line, I'm done with Walk the Line.
I'd rather watch Walk Hard with Dewey Cox.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, that's a movie. That's one of the movies.
I'm just now realizing, son, how easy it is to accidentally chop someone in half with a machete.
I love the bit where he goes in and his drummer is smoking weed, right? And he's like, "Do you get withdrawals from it?" And he's like, "No,
You don't want none of this shit, Dewey.
you don't get withdrawals. You don't. You can't overdose. It's like
non-habit forming.
It's non-habit forming.
It makes sex better."
I think I want it. Yeah, that's good.
And then when he's getting the band back together, he's like, or they're breaking up. They're like, they all have their problems, and he just keeps coming back. And you never once paid for drugs.
Yeah.
And the way he gets him back into the band is he brings him some drugs.
Yeah, drugs.
He's like, I'm finally paying for some drugs.
But since we're on the biopic topic, Elvis, really good film. Baz Luhrmann's Elvis with Austin Butler.
I've honestly yet to see it, but I've heard that Austin Butler has struggled to break out of the Elvis voice.
Yeah, he still has an Elvis accent.
Yeah, which
like,
is funny.
But no, I think, he did a great job bringing the humanity to Elvis, and it goes into, the story between him and his manager, Colonel Tom Parker, and how, fucked up that was. And it's just a well-made movie on its own. It's not just standing on, oh, this is an Elvis biopic, because there's plenty of those. No, this is a well-made movie, good cinematography, nice color palette, lighting that's about Elvis.
Nice.
And it tells a specific story about Elvis, not just a general praise of him. Like it's a real dive into Elvis as a person and everything.
Yeah.
It's good. Next one.
Yeah.
The next one I got is the most encores ever at a music concert. Most encores that ever happened was in 2004, and this record is held by The Cure.
Ooh.
Fans wanted more, and The Cure definitely gave it to them. They returned to stage 5 times at the end of the 3 of their concerts in 2004 and 2005.
Wow. I think the most encores I've ever seen in a show was 2.
Right. They do the fake one, right, where it's obvious
Yeah.
it's not really a real encore
Like,
because
they
they
were
play
planning-
like multiple more songs
they were
anyways.
planning on coming out
But
for
then,
an encore.
maybe they'll do a real one.
Yeah, I think Wilco did a 2 encore thing once.
Nice.
I saw them. There's been a couple times. There's always encores, though. These days, that's a standard.
Oh, this is a good one. Most music tracks ever released in 1 week.
It's kind of like I saw Old Crow Medicine show.
Yeah.
I've seen them a few times. One of the times I saw them, they didn't play Wagon Wheel.
That's the encore.
It's the
song.
encore. They're
We all
planning
know
on
that.
it. Yeah.
Because everyone's pissed off.
Everyone's like, where the... They leave the stage. Everyone's like, where the fuck was Wagon Wheel? Come on.
It's so funny. My first time seeing Eddie Vedder, this drunk guy was a bit of an asshole, and he was like, I bet he's not going to play any Pearl Jam songs and whatever. He's like going to do a lot of solo shit.
He's going to do his ukulele album.
And the first song he played was Pearl Jam. Nice. And then he went on to play like 8 other Pearl Jam songs in that set.
Nice.
So,
Nice.
he was proven wrong.
Speaking of Eddie Vedder is fantastic live.
Speaking of Eddie, so after releasing Deep in May of 2021, Pearl Jam set this Guinness World Record for the most music tracks ever released in 1 week. Their digital archive is made up of 5,404 live tracks from shows over the course of 14 years.
Wow.
That's why they have their own radio station on Sirius XM. There's Pearl Jam Radio.
I didn't know
because they have all the live bootlegs, and they're like official, nice, good quality bootlegs.
I like good quality bootlegs.
Yeah, and so like if you're in the mood for live Pearl Jam,
Yeah.
go on Pearl Jam Radio.
That's awesome.
Ooh, here's a good one. First music video ever banned by MTV. It was Queen's music video for Body Language in 1982. Video takes place dimly lit steam room and was banned for homoerotic undertones and excessive skin. The 80s.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Freddie Mercury?
He had homoerotic
Some
undertones? Wow, what a shocker. And here's one
Like
more.
the people who were surprised when Elton John came out.
Right.
like, really?
Yeah. It's
You're
true.
that surprised?
I got one more, and you can go off on some. So this is the first band to perform a concert in every continent. And you would think, oh, most bands have played in every continent. However, there's a continent that most bands don't play in.
Antarctica.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Metallica,
Nice.
Papa Hetfield. Damn you, Lars, though. Metallica became the first.
I like Lars.
He's fun.
He's fun. He's not good, but he's fun. I can't help but like him a little bit.
Yeah, and yeah. Well. I'm just gonna.
He
leave
was
it.
humble enough to pass up on playing with Rush at the.
Yeah, because he knew he wasn't
Yeah,
good enough.
so
for
at the
that,
very
yeah.
least, he has that going for him.
Yeah. But anyways, Metallica became the first musical act to play a concert in every single one of Earth's 7 continents in 2013 after playing in Antarctica. They played for an hour for 120 scientists and competition winners in a transparent dome at the Carlini station.
Dude, imagine
And-
if you were a scientist.
But because the worry about the decibels breaking ice,
Oh, right.
everyone had to wear headphones and listen to it on headphones.
I mean, that makes sense, yeah. Imagine if you were a scientist working at a research station in Antarctica and they came to you and said, hey, guess what? Metallica is going to come and play a show. It'd be fucking rad. I'd be...
Yeah, but then you have those Mustaine fans.
Yeah.
They're like, just fucking bring Megadeth.
But I imagine, though, if you were a
No, that would be
stationed
rad.
in Antarctica, you'd be like, I'll take any fucking live music I can get.
Right. Oh, this is an interesting one. This is a bit of a crossover here. Most songs featured in video games by metal artists.
Ooh.
Who do you... Okay, what metal band you think would be in the most video games?
Pantera.
No.
Okay.
But that would
it's a
be
good guess.
That
though.
is a decent guess.
Their music seems like it'd fit into
metal.
a video game.
Yeah. Right? Iron Maiden.
Okay, that makes sense too.
It makes even more sense. Right?
Yeah.
Iron Maiden holds this Guinness World Record and has 51 tracks featured in 15 different video games.
Thinking about it, I've definitely heard Iron Maiden in video games before. Yeah.
The games include Ed Hunter, RPG, Legacy of the Beast, which is their own game. So
I didn't know they have their own game.
They do, yeah. It's actually pretty decent. It's a mobile game.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And they have their pinball machine too, if you want to count that.
Yeah.
GTA, Madden, Tony Hawk, Rock Band, and Guitar Hero.
Okay, yeah.
Those are just some of the ones.
I've definitely played all of those and heard Iron Maiden in them. Yeah. That's cool.
Good
I mean,
stuff,
that makes sense when you say it. Like Iron Maiden, of course. Like,
Oh, so, okay. You know how we talked about the largest guitar?
yeah.
What about the smallest one?
The teeniest, tiniest
The
one?
teeniest, tiniest.
Has to be-
I don't think it's functioning because that's not possible.
Ah.
But the world's smallest replica guitar.
Okay. I'd be wondering what
Specify.
the smallest functional guitar is.
Right.
That's,
And ukuleles don't count.
yeah.
That's a ukulele. The world's smallest replica guitar was made from a block of silicon and is only 10 micrometers long.
Wow. What's it a replica of? Just any generic guitar? or
Looks vaguely like a Strat.
Okay.
It's not the best. I mean, but it's only
Let's see what they're
10
going for.
micrometers
Yeah.
long.
They're doing their best.
And to give you reference, 10 micrometers is about 1/20th the thickness of a strand of human hair.
That's insane.
That's so small. Insert.
Okay, I understand. Now I understand why it's not playable.
It's modeled. I mean, I guess Ant-Man could play it, maybe.
Yeah.
It's modeled.
Maybe it is playable, but
Just no one's small enough to play it.
Exactly. Yeah. So we'll never know.
So yeah, it's modeled after a Fender Stratocaster, and the world's smallest replica guitar was made in 20 minutes and is no larger than a single cell.
Holy shit.
Cornell University scientists Dustin Carr and Harold Craighead set this Guinness World Record in 1997.
So
They must have been sitting there just bored in their, labs.
So
and
it's like the size of a single cell.
well, one of them. I don't know if the one I'm talking about is.
Well, if there's a guitar model that's the size of a single cell, does that theoretically mean that you could like put that on your skin and it would stay there, and you could say like, I have a guitar in my skin?
Yeah, you could.
That'd be wild.
You could do that, or you could not. Probably shouldn't.
Probably shouldn't.
Now, this one's kind of a no-brainer. This is the last one I have because the rest of them, let's get to other stuff.
Yeah.
But the best-selling album by an Australian group. Come on.
Was it AC/DC?
It's AC/DC. AC/DC holds the Guinness World Record for best-selling album by any Australian group.
Well, let me guess what album it is. Back in Black.
Yes.
Yeah.
Their album back, you win. I don't know what you win, but you win.
I win a sip of Guinness.
But you can already get that, so.
But I won it, though.
You earned it.
I
Yeah.
earned that sip.
You did.
Yeah.
Their album Back in Black was awarded 22 times platinum and has sold over 22 million units. It's a great album.
Great. Yeah.
Don't necessarily think it's their best,
I will stand by
but it is a great album.
my favorite AC/DC album has to be High Voltage.
High Voltage does kick
I mean,
ass.
it's their first album. Not that they didn't after that come out with some
I'm a Power
fantastic-
Ridge fan.
That's a good one too.
Yeah.
I mean, they have quite a few fantastic albums.
Just
but
listen to Riff Raff.
that's
Killer song.
that. Yeah. But I just have to stand by. When I was like in elementary school, I was like in 4th grade. High Voltage was like my favorite album, and it's sentimental to me. It's just I know that album.
I mean, Bon
Front-
Scott,
front to
Angus
back,
Young.
like-
I mean, you can't go wrong.
fucking
Bon
great
Scott's
album.
one of the best.
We were at work and
Rip.
I put on some AC/DC radio, and they were playing like "She's Got Balls" and like songs like that. And I was like, "This is fucking rad." This whatever station this is playing like the not super played AC/DC stuff, and I'm loving it.
Yeah, I'm always loving that.
I love AC/DC. I really do.
How can you not?
Like, especially, I mean, they're a band. I think this counts as a tangent. By the
Fair
way.
enough.
We've gone on enough tangents in this segment that I think we can just add a point.
We
to
can
the
count
tangent.
one.
Yeah.
So how many points do we have?
Just one. I think just all of these music tangents combined just at least count as
for
one tangent. Unless you think it
for all our listeners out there in the void,
yeah,
the great
explain it.
ether. Yeah, we have a tangent point system now. We've been doing it for a little while now, actually. The start of the year or a little earlier, something like that. It's been a little while. But basically, when you hit 3 tangent points, you're out. You have to take a shot.
Yep.
Or if you want to be a baby about it, you can veto that shot. But that means you immediately have to take a shot at the beginning of the next episode.
Yeah.
And for continuity's sake, it better not be a commentary one on the next one.
Because commentaries, we often record them ahead of time.
Yeah.
You don't get to save it for the next episode.
Nope.
Yep.
You don't. But anyways,
but
that's how it goes.
Yeah.
And we have 1 point.
I think this counts as a point just because we've gone on enough small little tangents on this music section.
And if we go on too long explaining the tangent point systems, also counts as a point.
Let's
so
stop
it there.
Yeah. But anyway, I mean, AC/DC is one of those bands where it's like, yeah, their big hits are great. Thunderstruck, fucking rad song. I love that. But they have a ton of just like, because at their core, they're like a blues band that's just really heavy.
Yeah,
that's
just
how
heavy
they
blues.
started.
Yeah.
So they've got a bunch of really cool, like lesser, like not lesser known, but not as popular tracks that I just love because they're just like these like really fast, heavy shuffles.
Yeah,
and it's
essentially
awesome. And High Voltage is full of those.
Just fast.
That's my tangent.
All right.
I think we should take a quick little intermission.
If you say so.
I do say so.
Look at everybody. Look here, everybody. Colin's going on a power trip. No, he probably has to pee.
I am the Emperor.
Well, I'm still here. You know what? Just to make it a little easier on Colton, I'm gonna keep talking. Okay, I got some stuff for you guys. Just let me pull it up, and I got some stuff. Don't even trip. So when I was doing some research, looking at some Guinness World Records, I ran into something just perchance because now, of course, Guinness World Records is popping into my Facebook feed. But I thought this one was pretty awesome, and it's a recent one. It just happened, published March 21st, 2023. Unless you're listening, like I said, if you're listening in the future, then it just happened, of course. We know that. 91-year-old man becomes oldest to cross Grand Canyon on perilous 5-day trek. Colorado resident John Jipkema is proving the world that age is nothing but a number. You could argue about that. Let's not get into that. On November 7th, 2019, at the age of 91 years old, 152 days old specifically, 91, 152 days old, John became the oldest person to cross Grand Canyon rim to rim on foot. Male. Parentheses male, of course. John performed the rim-to-rim trek beside his other senior friends, spending 5 days backpacking through the trails with the group. Did they not also get awards? And did they have a Guinness World Record person with them the whole time that had to do the trip? I would hope so. Journey involves setting off the North Calabab Trail on the North Rim. We've been there, North Rim. Descending 14.3 miles and 6,000 feet to the very bottom of the canyon before heading towards the Bright Angel Trail and climb an additional 4,500 feet. That's a big climb.
Do you want a cheese stick?
I'll take one. 9.6 miles back out to the South Rim. Something to do with my friends, he said. What a chat. Scheduled 5 days. Lots of times to view and socialize.
I'm confused.
A 91-year-old man he crossed the Grand Canyon.
Oh, cool.
5-day trek, Colorado resident John Jipkema. And
nice. Good for him.
Pretty crazy. But it also says that he had a group with him, so I wonder if they got any credit. for it, or he took all the credit. I guess if he was the oldest in that group, I guess he would.
Yeah.
Unless you had someone, that'd be funny.
My great grandma passed away a few months ago. Rest in peace. Cheers.
Cheers.
Take a little drink to that.
Your great grandma?
My great grandma. In January, she was 100 years old.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she
Good long life.
She made it. Good
She
for
did.
her. Not good that she passed away, but good for her.
100 years strong.
for living a good life and being a badass till the end.
Yes.
She until like she was 90 years old was still driving herself around.
That's awesome.
Going to her knitting group. She learned how to use an iPad so that she could email pictures to family and stuff. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Great lady.
Cheers.
I got some cheese.
Once again.
I got some cheese sticks for us here.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, I've only had a beer and a half and a shot, but I'm feeling it right now, and I think it's partly because the caffeine, and I've not had a lot to eat today. So I thought some cheese sticks
Yeah, that will eat at your stomach.
would be a good idea.
But no, that's an amazing feat. I mean,
94, you said?
91.
91.
91, but I mean, I can't imagine doing that right now.
Dude, I'm so out of shape. Like,
That would be
wow.
probably take me longer than 5 days. I would love to do it though. But that's great. He did admit that he would need to sit on a flat rock for a few minutes every hour or so. So,
I mean,
not everyone's perfect, right? Ooh, I just got a reminder. We have new likes and followers on our
I don't know. I have to laugh at that. Like, a 91-year-old man going like every hour or so. I had to sit for a few minutes and be like, Jesus, I would too. Like, you're still badass.
You know what? You know what I would do, Colton? You know what I would do?
What would you do?
I would simply keep walking. I wouldn't need a break.
Would you?
Simply.
I
I would have a water backpack.
One of those camelbacks.
Yeah.
Would it be filled with booze?
That's for the listeners to decide.
He raised his eyebrows. Man, that was...
Yeah, I wouldn't make it far if it was full of booze.
I did hear
Make it
about
a few
someone
thousand feet,
I did hear about someone who did that, where they took a camelback and filled it with like vodka and went
For
to
real?
and went to like a festival.
Oh, that's smart.
So they just had a camelback going.
Man, that's a true alcoholic move right there.
Hey, I would fill it with a little bit of vodka and
Screwdriver.
and a mixer.
Yeah.
So you'd
orange
have-
juice, the classic mixer.
Well, no, you don't want orange juice sitting there in the heat in the fucking camelback.
Well, that's why
No.
you get one of the good insulated ones.
No, you go with some ginger ale and a little bit of whiskey. You have a little whiskey ginger,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another good mixer.
It is a good mixer.
Coca-Cola, one of my favorite mixers.
I realized the other day they just sell mixers at the store.
I know. Isn't that weird?
Yeah. Anyway.
But there's mine. Do you have another one?
Yeah, okay. So I've got a couple here. I want to first start with incredible alcohol-related world records.
Let's go. Now, however, I do have a follow-up question. As far as I know about the Guinness Book of World Records and their committee and everything and, all their rules,
Yeah.
alcohol world records, they don't,
They do.
do they?
They do.
But do they have someone monitoring the situation?
So
Because I know you can't do any world record that will endanger you or another person.
yeah, so there are alcohol. They have a tradition of world records around alcohol, going all the way back to the first edition. To the point of, I think I read an article. I don't remember which prime minister it was, but Prime Minister of Australia, like in the 90s, back in the 50s, did actually briefly hold the world record for at Oxford University, downing the 2.5 pints or whatever it is they do in 12 seconds.
That's a lot of beer.
Eventually got beat, but no, there is a history of alcohol being featured in
I think I could do that.
world records. I don't know. So this list here, I don't know.
2 pints in 12 seconds?
Oh my god. pop-ups. 2.5 pints in 12 seconds. It eventually got beat. Someone did it in 10 seconds.
Ooh.
So these records here, I know a few of them are world records. It doesn't say on the list, but I looked up a couple of them.
Okay.
I don't know that every single one of these are Guinness World Records.
Yeah, it fits in.
And there are world records out there. So like Andre the Giant does hold the record for the most beers drank in one sitting, but but Guinness World Record does not recognize that.
We talked about it.
119 pints.
119 pints and
Beating out Wade Boggs, who claims to have been like 109. Wow. That's
little ASMR for you guys.
ASMR of opening beers.
Another great podcast idea. We just open beers in front of a microphone for an hour.
Sounds expensive.
Yeah. It would get expensive. Anyways, what do you have?
But yeah, so I don't know that all of these are actual Guinness World Records. But
Incredible alcohol world records.
Yeah. So we've
Let's
got
go.
a list here. Oldest alcoholic beverage. The world record for the oldest alcoholic beverage goes to the Yellow River Valley in the Heian province of China mainland. Pottery jars excavated at an early Neolithic village dubbed Jiahu. I'm probably way mispronouncing that. It contains
hardly read it,
residues
so I
that
don't
are
know.
evidence of fruit wine.
A sangria, perhaps.
It dates back as far as 7,000 BC.
That's a long time ago.
That is a long time ago. I mean, go again. I'm going to refer our listeners
really
to our
fucking long
beer history episode.
Yeah.
I think in that we went on a little bit about how some anthropologists think that humans settling down and going from hunter-gatherers to an archaic, what you would call an archaic lifestyle, so farming and stuff, probably has a bit to do with
Beer.
Beer, yeah,
It's a good incentive
yeah.
to make humans think, let's stop this whole hunter-gatherer stick. And
Yeah.
let's farm and harvest
humans are
wheat
like-
and grain so we can make bread
Well, the idea is
and
that
beer.
the idea is that there's evidence to say that we knew about beer. We were making beer before the
Small
agricultural
quantities.
revolution. And the average hunter-gatherer worked less hours and had a better diet
Oh, yeah,
than
definitely.
humans later
If
did.
we went back,
So it doesn't quite make sense that people would settle down and start farming
and working
working
all day, every day, breaking your back.
Yeah. So some anthropologists think that it has to do with farming wheat means a consistent source of beer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cheers to that.
I mean, hey, we're not the first. We will not be the last. Humans have always wanted to find better, more efficient ways to acquire beer.
yeah. Just alcohol. in general.
And alcohol.
We just like it. It's
Yeah,
good,
we do.
good shit.
It's
Oldest and most expensive cognac sold at auction. Now,
All
these are
right,
two
cognac.
separate things. So the oldest
Okay.
one is not the most expensive one.
what's the oldest one then?
So the oldest one, the bottle itself, contained the brandy that was dated as having been distilled and filed around 1840. And it was sold in 2014. Now, the most expensive cognac sold, so cognac being
I feel like that would be
for those who don't know who are listening, cognac is a type of brandy.
Yeah.
The most expensive cognac ever sold was sold in China for $101,293.75 in 2011.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's a lot of money.
that is insane. The largest alcoholic mixed drink.
Ooh, mixed drink. All right, let's
Yeah.
go.
So,
No, that can't be the largest.
in November 5 of 2018, the United States Bartenders Guild in Las Vegas,
Of course.
produced a 946-liter Fever Tree tonic water made with Empress Gin, 1908.
It's a lot of gin, too.
Empress is we sell it at the liquor store I work at. It's a purple gin.
Ooh.
I've never tried it, but people like it.
Purple.
It's
The
purple.
liquid. It's purple.
Yeah, the liquid is actually
Nice.
purple. I don't know. I've never tried it, so I don't. I can't speak to if it's good or why it's different from other.
Is that
gin.
it? The picture?
No. These pictures are. I think they're just placeholder pictures.
Lame. How lame of this website.
It was for a fundraiser. The Keep Memory Alive fundraiser raised over $10,000. So yeah, they did it as a fundraiser,
Oh, that's fun.
which is cool.
That's cool.
Largest glass of margarita.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, here we go.
Everything's better when it's big.
Yeah. Let's say. I'm gonna skip
How big
over.
was it?
2011, Margaritaville. Jimmy Buffett.
Jimmy Buffett.
Dude, yeah. Produced a glass of
That's in
margarita
Missouri, right?
that was literally a tank. It measured 5.2 meters tall and 3 meters in diameter.
Yeah, that's a big. That's a
Yeah,
big
it
margarita.
said she contained 32,176 liters of compromised. So that was the entire drink.
Yeah.
Compromised of 8,081 liters of
Comprised.
Margaritaville gold tequila, 2,760 liters of margarita triple sec, and 8,640 liters of Margaritaville margarita mix.
Yeah,
that's
okay.
That's a bad sentence.
Let me
there.
let me get something straight here. I love a margarita, right? Even a bad one, I'll drink it, right?
Yeah.
But I am not a tequila drinker.
Oh no. Yeah.
I'll have it in a margarita. I'll have it in a cocktail, right?
Yeah.
But tequila has a tendency to make your friend Jackson here regurgitate his insides.
Yeah. Go back a few episodes ago.
Yeah.
I don't remember which
It's-
episode it was specifically, but I had a margarita on the episode, and it was me.
Oh, did you?
I did.
Oh, it was a Zoom one.
Yeah, it was one of the Zoom
okay.
episodes we did. I don't like tequila. So here's the thing. I think this counts as a tangent.
Yeah, this is another tangent point. We're on 2 now.
Oh dear.
It's ramping up.
So, I work at a liquor store and started working there. I started drinking, trying some nice spirits because we get reps who come in and we get to try some good stuff.
Nice.
And I tried a tequilas in the $60 range. I don't remember what it's called. And I was like, man, this is actually really good. Maybe I should give tequila another shot. So next time a rep was in and we were doing some tastings, I tried a $30 tequila, who my manager, who is a tequila guy, he likes it, he knows a lot about it, was like, this is a pretty good one for the price. I did not like it. I've just discovered that I have very expensive tasting tequila.
Yeah, tequila.
Yeah.
I get why a lot of people like it. Obviously, it's one of the most famous liquors out there, right?
Yeah. It's got to be made in Jalisco.
I don't like how it
in
tastes.
Mexico.
I don't like how it tastes.
Yeah.
There's something to it. It just makes me want to.
I also generally don't like mezcal. I think I just don't like agave.
Yeah, that's probably
I
it.
think
Yeah. I mean,
and it's not like why I don't like vodka, where I don't generally like vodka because I think vodka has no character.
no, it's
Tequila's
just,
not like that. It's definitely got character. I just
yeah,
I don't.
and that's why
it's
I
the
don't like it.
specific type of taste you get from agave that I just it doesn't vibe with me unless it's
just a gut puncher for me.
a really really nicely aged tequila. I've had a few
Right.
that I did actually like, but
But would you
they
get
were
them again?
all over 60. I would actually. I've had a
Okay.
few that I would. If I had the money, I would buy it. But they were all like $60 plus bottles. I've never had a tequila that was under like $50 that I liked. And I've tried
Expensive drink
quite a
for you.
few, and I just do not. I don't vibe with it.
Me neither. Does not vibe
Yeah.
with my stomach.
Yeah.
Nope. So if I walk by that giant tequila bottle, I'd probably just puke on just in that radius.
Just from just the general
Yeah.
being in
No, as soon as I get a sniff of that,
being in contact with it.
Yeah.
Just
What's this one?
I like whiskey and rum.
Most cocktails made in 1 minute.
Yeah, most cocktails in 1 minute.
Yeah, that's fast bartender.
In 2013, on Good Morning America, Sheldon, who is this? Where does it say here?
Sheldon from
Sheldon
Big Bang?
Sheldon Wiley made 18 cocktails in 1 minute. type of cocktail.
I'm gonna have to see that happen.
It doesn't say what cocktail it was.
Just any cocktail.
Yeah. Probably
Just
just like
screwdriver.
yeah. Most cocktails made in 1 hour.
Okay.
In 2011,
More interested
same guy,
in this. Okay.
Sheldon Wiley, in 2011 made 1,003 drinks in 1 hour. That's impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot of work. You're moving around a lot there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even
The
if it
averages
was just
to-
the most basic cocktail, that's a
Yeah.
shit ton of work.
It says it averages it to 1 drink every 3.5 seconds.
So just
That's wild. It probably requires some setup.
and there's no way it's something with more than 4 ingredients.
Yeah. Well, actually, he upped it. He said in
Oh,
2014, Wiley came.
But what was the cocktail?
Because it says in 2013, Eric Moore of Las Vegas overtook that record with 1,559 drinks in an hour. And then in 2014, Wiley came back and retook his title with 1,905 mixed drinks made in an hour. That averages to 1.89 seconds for 1 drink.
That's
That's wild. That's
insane.
actually really impressive.
Have some speed cola. You
Yeah.
know? This one, I love.
Yeah.
Everything about this one.
I read a bit of this page before we recorded. And what I like about this is it does not explain very much about this one.
Most beer bottles open by a chainsaw in 1 minute. I
Yeah.
know that's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Getting the bottle off of a chainsaw. Didn't know that there would be a record.
Yeah, Jane Munston, in September 2009, in Finland, a Finnish person, opened 27 beer bottles.
I wrongly assumed that was a very American thing to do.
Yeah, no.
The
Finnish.
Finnish.
They like their beer.
Oh, they sure do.
Yeah. Finland. It's the country I like to be in.
Yeah, if it's real.
Is that a Monty Python thing?
That is money.
Yeah.
Thing. I love how you're asking me though if it is.
Yeah. 27 beers in succession in 1 minute with a chainsaw. What I'm curious about is
What's the mechanics of that?
Yeah, are they just like sawing through the top of the bottles, or are they doing like actually taking the bottle caps
I think
off?
you would have to take the bottle cap off for
Yeah.
it to count, right?
I would think
Because that would be
so.
the most beer bottles broken by a chainsaw.
That's true, because you'd very easily just shatter the whole bottle.
Yeah,
right, if you
I would
know you
assume
did,
so.
yeah.
Oh, what's this one? This is a long one.
Largest pub crawl,
Oh, fun.
which is also a fundraiser against cancer.
Oh, awesome.
In Kansas City, Missouri, the Missouri side.
Man, Kansas City, I'm telling you, Boulevard Brewing, love it.
Fantastic
City.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a quick little shout out.
They do a native crawl for cancer. It says they've been organizing pub crawls to raise money and awareness to fight against cancer since 2001. While they've expanded to 20 cities across America since then, they still have their now infamous pub crawls biannually in their hometown of Kansas City.
I want to go.
This would be awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
It says by 2013, the organization noticed that their numbers seemed so large that they decided to take count. So June 1st, 2013, Crawl for Cancer, Inc. not only raised $65,145 for local charities, but they also won the record for the number of participants, 4,885.
I want to go to this.
Yeah.
And by the way, if you ever go to Kansas City, if you're ever there,
I've heard it's actually a very cool city.
Kansas City, Missouri. Really cool, right? Get to the Kansas City side. The Kansas side.
One of my cousins, she
Not
lived in
quite as
Kansas
cool.
City for a bit, but I don't know if it was the Missouri side or the Kansas side.
But yeah, it's one of those interesting situations where 1 minute you're in a different state and next you're in another state. You know,
Probably makes
slightly different laws.
employment very weird
It could be tricky
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. Says the,
but yeah, I've been to Kansas City. It's
Yeah.
a cool town.
I've heard it's actually a very cool town.
Cool jazz
So
scene
the
there.
most beer steins carried, I assume, by one person. So this is one of the world records that has a division for both men and women.
Okay.
The requirement
Fair.
in the record is that stein
fair.
must be filled with 1 liter of beer and carried a distance of 40 meters. In 2016, Oliver
That doesn't.
Strumpfel.
Carrying a liter of beer.
I'm definitely mispronouncing
Just
that.
carrying a liter of beer for 40 meters.
Yeah, but how many you can carry?
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Beat his own record of carrying 21 steins. So he carried 24 steins of beer.
Okay, that's heavy. That's it's a lot.
We're getting there. Yeah. And beat it again by carrying 25. So 25. He beat his
1 liter is about.
He beat his own. He set a record and then beat his own record twice. So 25 steins.
So that's That's going to be over 50 pounds of beer.
Probably, yeah. And then Anita Schwartz carries the women's world record with 19 steins of beer.
Again, close to 50.
Yeah.
Up 40s.
Now, most pint glasses balanced on a person's head.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Again, I wish I had a picture of it.
So, in 2002, John Evans has held the record, the most pint glasses of beer ever balanced on top of a human head. Evans managed to balance 235 glasses filled. And
Okay, I got
stacked
what's this guy's name?
John Evans.
John
Says 235 glasses filled and stacked on his head for 13 seconds, and he has yet to receive any contenders. This is in 2002.
Yeah,
That's impressive. That's a lot of beer.
This is a official Guinness World Record.
I'm curious
I'm
curious about what this looks like. Did they
Image no longer available. Well, that's not.
Did they
Oh,
take,
here
like-
he is.
Okay. Did they take like a
This is how they did it. Yeah, it's a platform situation.
I would assume so, because that would be the physics of that would be weird. Probably also be heavy. Okay. Yeah, that would be heavy.
Yeah, so right here we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, about 7 stacks of what would you say? About 40 beers a piece. I mean,
24. Those look like
24
those look
stack?
like cases there.
that's a lot. That's a lot of
That's
beer
a lot of beer.
put on your
It says
head.
here 235 glasses.
235. Wow.
Yeah. All right. Most expensive beer ever sold that was or pizza ever sold that was alcohol themed.
Alcohol themed pizza.
Yeah.
Now you're talking my language.
Now I read this one earlier. It's
you're talking my language.
wild. It says a pizza prepared with cognac marinated lobster, steak fillet soaked in scotch, champagne imbued caviar, and vodka infused smoked salmon.
That sounds delicious.
It sold for the price of $2,552 in
Man.
2006.
If I had $2,500,
That sounds wild.
I would want to try that.
That sounds
Honestly,
wild. I mean,
lobster is good on pizza if you've ever had it.
is,
It's
yeah.
really good.
honestly, I've had some expensive stuff before just because I've gotten lucky. Like I had
Well, sometimes you just got to go
I had a
for
glass
it,
of a
you know, you gotta-
$3,000 Armagnac once
When and how?
at the liquor store I work at.
Really?
I
I guess that's a benefit working in a liquor store.
It was a
There you go.
little tiny little bit of it.
But technically-
not the glass worth that much. The bottle would
Right.
be worth that
Yeah,
much
the bottle.
at retail.
But technically, you tasted it.
yeah,
Was it good?
it was delicious.
I would hope so.
It was a 1947 Armagnac. Not actually though. My favorite was the 1973.
Really?
Yeah, which was not
Better profile?
not a $3,000 bottle. No, yeah. I've gotten lucky and got to try some good stuff.
Well, I think. I mean, we
So-
can keep going with yours in a
Yeah,
second. here.
I think we're done with this because then we get into this whole Oktoberfest thing, and I don't know if any of these are actual like Guinness World Records. I know I don't know that all the ones we mentioned are Guinness World Records, but
But
I know a
records.
few of them are.
Yeah.
So-
no, I checked some of them.
Yeah. But then we get into the Oktoberfest stuff on that
It's-
website, and I don't know if that's all.
Seems legit.
Yeah.
So we talked about music, rock and metal ones, beer ones, alcohol ones. Let's get into just weird, crazy ones.
Yeah.
Just wacky.
This is the
just
fun.
whatever.
This is the real fun part.
This
Yeah.
is from Euronews Culture. Euronews.culture. .com. So, you know it's dignified.
Oh yeah.
So, this is a fun one. Most Rubik cubes solved on a skateboard.
Why does that exist? Why is that a record?
I don't know if he was just standing on the skateboard, if he was actively skating and maybe doing tricks.
I feel like it has to be that he was actually moving.
At least, right?
Even just a little bit.
If you're just standing on a skateboard, I mean, I guess technically you're on a skateboard, but
I mean,
the mechanics of standing on a skateboard is not too different from just
I mean, maybe
standing.
maybe it would slow you down just slightly because you have to, you know, skateboards do wobble a little
you got to
bit.
make sure you don't.
But it wouldn't be that big of a deal.
So I imagine he was moving, right? Let's just imagine that. George Sholey is a bit of a whiz. This British skateboarding and puzzle-solving pro broke the world record for most Rubik cubes solved on a skateboard in London, the UK, if you didn't know.
Yes.
London, the UK.
Not London, U.S.
No. There probably is one.
There is.
Part-time student, part-time Rubik's Cube master. He managed
London, Ohio.
Yep. Oh, Ohio. What a the next Fallout should be in Ohio. Okay? Tangent point. I don't care.
That's three then.
Ohio's already like the Fallout setting. So why not just have one in Cleveland?
Ohio was just
Fallout 5 Cleveland.
already Ohio.
Ohio's already Ohio, right? Did you hear about that train?
My God.
The train that derailed in Ohio that had a bunch of toxic chemicals and it went into their rivers and like these people threw they threw shit in the river and like crackled and bubbled up
Yeah.
and it was in their water supply.
Also, the city of Philadelphia sent out a text to the 1.5 million residents there recently saying, we're not sure exactly, but why don't you just start buying bottled water because there was some sort of spill.
Well, yeah, in Pennsylvania and Ohio, same. The Rust Belt.
In the Delaware.
The Rust Belt. So
in the Delaware River.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
but Ohio, Fallout 5 should be in Cleveland, Ohio. That's all I'm saying. That would be great.
but just like modern Cleveland.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not the Fallout setting. Just
that's enough. That's all you need.
Just modern Cleveland, Ohio, but with Fallout
mechanics
and gameplay.
And you already have the ghouls. Crackheads. Anyways, we have 3 tangent points. What do we want to do about it?
We gotta take a shot.
I think we should. It's been a while since we've had to.
Yeah.
And I just want a shot anyways. So let's do this. What do we want to take a shot of? We got 2 options here.
Yeah,
Actually,
we got actually several options. We've got Bromitas, which we've tried. We've got Ronzacappa. You've not tried yet. Maybe you should try that.
That might be an easier shot.
Yeah.
However,
we've also got Diplomatica, which you've tried, and it goes down smooth. And we've also have Aberfeldy, which I don't recommend for a shot because
which one do you not care about?
I don't care about any of them.
Blazing through, I mean.
No, well, they're all. I don't go through them fast enough anyway for it.
Well, let's. I'll let you choose. I already have about. No, that's more than a shot. Honestly.
That's more than a shot.
That's way more than a shot.
Do I need to grab another glass?
Yeah, maybe grab some. Do you have shot glasses? That'd be.
Yeah.
That'd be perfect, actually. Colton's going to get a shot. Well, a couple shots. No, but I'm telling you guys, Fallout 5, Cleveland, Ohio. Just imagine the possibilities. And if you're from Ohio, you're in on the joke, right? I mean, I've seen those videos of the guy standing in front of the green screen. He's like, Ohio's fine. Why are you guys so worried about Ohio? Why do you think it's some weird wasteland? And then they take the green screen away and it's like actually a wasteland. But but if you are from Ohio and you're listening, I bet you have a beautiful state and I would love to visit it sometime. I would like to visit every state at some point. I have a friend, by the way, since Colton's back.
All I know is that Ohio is like a mythological.
Yeah, it's Mythic era. But no, I was talking about. I bet there's plenty of beautiful parts in Ohio. I bet it looks great in autumn. That whole region of the U.S., right? I have a friend, and I believe him. He said he has visited 43 of the U.S. states.
Here you go. This one's for you. It's the party
Which-
girl mug.
Ooh,
Or
party
the-
girl.
And that
Nice. Zebra. Yeah.
I
zebra
measured
print.
it out. It's a normal shot.
Yeah,
worth
because that's
that I
a
put in there.
hefty
Yeah.
glass, actually.
But I measured it out there using mine, which is too worn out to tell what it used to be.
This one says Party Girl Las Vegas, and it's pink with some zebra print on it.
I really wish we used to when we lived together. We had a shot glass, and it got lost when I moved. This is Ron Zacapa, by the way, which you've not tried yet.
I'm about to.
We were on Zoom when we last had it on the show. So
Oh, okay.
didn't
So I didn't get to
try
have it.
But we used to have a shot glass that was Minnesota Ufta. And I don't know where it came from. It just said Minnesota Ufta.
Okay.
Like it was a sports team or something?
Okay.
I don't know. But anyway,
Hey, if you're from Minnesota and you know what that means.
well, I've heard the term, the phrase
Ufta?
Ufta before. That's a Minnesota thing.
Minnesota.
But it was like on the shot glass, it was phrased like it was a sports team or something like that, like the Minnesota Ufta. And I don't know what it was. I've Googled it. I couldn't find it.
All things considered, I'd rather live in Ohio than Minnesota.
I would too. Nothing against Minnesota.
I just heard your winters are brutal. That's all I'm saying.
I hate snow.
Yeah, we
I
already have to deal with it.
I'm a California boy.
Oh, holy shit! We went up on downloads, Colton.
Oh my god. Okay,
thank
let's
you
take this
guys.
shot here. Let's take it.
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to see what states we have.
What
in
are we
our,
cheering to? What are we
We're
cheering
gonna. Oh, looks like we do have some Ohio listeners, but we need more of you. We need more.
So if you're from Ohio
hey,
and you're listening,
Ohio,
tell us what it's like there.
Michigan's beating you out. Pennsylvania's beating you out. A lot of states are beating you out, to be quite honest. South Dakota, they're really showing through this
Ooh.
month.
South Dakota.
You know what? To South Dakota.
To South Dakota. To Fargo.
Fargo. Is that in South? Probably not.
No, it's North Dakota. I'm just racist against South Dakotans.
Oh God. Well, I'm not because they gave us some good download numbers.
Okay.
So,
I just don't know the. Let's rephrase that. I don't know much about.
we don't know a damn
any
thing
of the
about your
Dakotas.
state, and we're not gonna. Well, I know Mount Rushmore's in one of them, and the Black Hills.
That's South Dakota, I think.
Are we gonna bother to look it
I feel
up?
like I should know this. I had one of the other when I was doing my thesis for my degree. One of my other colleagues did her whole
And by the way, we took
project.
that-
She did her whole thesis project on the Black Hills. I feel like I
Nice.
should know which state that's in.
I want to visit it. I would love to.
I think it's South Dakota.
I would love to visit every state and see what it's got to show. You know what I mean?
It's a big country. There's a
It
lot of
is a big
states.
country.
I've visited probably like a couple dozen of them, but not nearly close to the whole bunch of them.
Well, I don't count driving through a state as visiting.
That's true. That's true. Yeah, I've
Really got to get your feet on the ground.
You at least
and-
got to stay in a motel.
yeah, there, and then you
For
can
the
say,
You at least got to stay
Yeah.
the night and survive whatever cryptids want to kill you.
yeah, whatever cryptids are offered in that state. And in fact, we go back to our cryptids episode, whatever we call it, our first
couple
Spooktober.
years ago at this point.
Yeah,
Wow,
it's our
holy
first
shit.
Spooktober.
Yeah, we got to
And
revisit that topic. at
I
some
would love to
point.
revisit it and talk about just each state's unique.
Oh, let's save that idea for Spooktober, maybe then.
Yeah, of course.
Or if we run out of ideas and we do it sooner, but
We should probably try to save it. But anyways, wow, that shot's speaking to me.
what do you think
my
of that Ron
stomach.
Zacapa?
I didn't have enough time to register the profile, but it went down.
It's pretty smooth.
Went down easy. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, it is not agreeing with my stomach.
Ah,
But anyways, let's keep this train.
Cheez-Its. I got some Cheez-Its.
No, I'm
in
all
there,
right. I'll
yeah.
be okay. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna cry about it.
We're gonna be fine.
Let's keep this train a rolling. Okay.
This is a weird episode.
You're a weird episode.
Thank you.
Yeah, this is a
I'm
weird
gonna
one.
take that as a compliment.
It's one of the weirder ones we had in a few.
Every once in
I
a while,
mean-
we have an episode where we're just like in a very weird headspace.
Yeah. Anyways, the guy solved 500 Rubik's cubes
Yeah.
on a skateboard, and guess what? Sholey did it in less than an hour, 40 minutes to be precise,
Wow.
on a skateboard.
I've never solved a single Rubik's cube.
We heard it here.
I've also never sold any either.
I've solved a couple.
I'm sure you've sold some too. You used to work in a toy department.
Well, I didn't personally sell them, but yes.
But I think it generally
did
by
sell them.
proximity it counts.
I sold
yeah.
some Rubik's
I
cubes.
think just by proximity it counts. You
here-
worked for a store that was
Here's
selling
a-
Rubik's cubes.
Yes, and we sold them. Yes.
But I've never solved one.
Colton, you rascal. Here's another one. Most blindfolded backwards standing somersaults in 1 minute.
That's a weird record to want to set.
Very
as well.
specific.
Yeah.
Ever tried to do a somersault?
Yes.
Did you do it?
No.
Yeah, I can do a cartwheel. Well, I used to. I don't know if I could do one right now, or if I want to.
Yeah.
Anyways, Euro news culture regularly jumps through hoops, but we wouldn't recommend it. They wouldn't recommend jumping through hoops.
Okay. We do, as the Hot Junk Podcast, recommend jumping through hoops.
Yeah, and loops.
And loops. And loop-de-doopsy hoops.
Yep, do it. To do one, you need to be up straight, jump into the air, and while launching yourself backwards, and then land on your feet. Dinesh Sanar from Nepal. I'm so sorry, my fellow human being. I pronounced your name wrong. I know I did. But anyways,
I probably wouldn't do a better job.
he's not only a champ at backward somersaults, he can do them blindfolded.
Wow.
In Florida,
Of course. As the place where all world records should be broken.
Florida, he broke the world record for the most blindfolded backward standing somersaults in 1 minute, performing 21 in under 1 minute.
And it's impressive. That's good job.
Sunar is a gymnast, stuntman, and parkour instructor.
Hardcore parkour.
Of course. He holds several other records, such as the most twisting backflips off a wall in 30 seconds. Definitely don't try that one.
Yeah.
This isn't the related section, but all it says is world's dirtiest man dies in Iran, age 94.
I heard about that.
Let's just leave it there.
He was a guy who hadn't showered for like 50 years or something like
I don't
that.
know whether he died then.
Yeah.
No, just
Well, he was like 90-something years old when he died. He actually lived for like a really long time.
for never showering. Oh,
Yeah.
gross.
I didn't like read like into
What is
detail
this?
about it.
You might know this. You're a football fan, right? World Cup. Most football. Most keepy uppies while hanging with one hand. What's a keepy uppie?
I don't know.
Explain it to us. I thought you were the soccer guy.
I
thought
like
you were the resident
soccer. I like soccer. I don't play it or like.
Football takes enough skill as it is.
I just generally follow Premier League and MLS. That's all.
I think the keepy uppies is when you bounce it off your knee.
I think so. It's clearly some like British slang or something like that I don't understand.
British slang.
Keepy uppies.
We gotta get Chris McMahon back on here for more British slang. We
Next
don't
time he's
understand.
on here, we're gonna say like first thing before.
What's a keepy uppie?
Yeah, what the fuck is
We
a
need to
keepy
know.
uppie?
We should get him on here again.
We should.
Anyways, how about going a while? Okay, how about having to go a while suspended in midair, or better yet, still on a speeding quad bike? Amar Ahmed, I'm not even going to try to pronounce his last name. I'm sorry. I don't want to do it. Has smashed 2 stunning football freestyle records in Dubai, United Arab Emirates, at the Dubai Police Academy. The first was for the most consecutive football touches while hanging with one hand in 30 seconds with an unbelievable total of 87. Second was the most consecutive keepy uppies on a quad bike, performing a wheelie, though someone else was driving, together with Abdullah Seed Atuludi, managed 87 football touches. Now that is just showing off, isn't it?
That is, yeah. I will say, I think I learned recently. I think that's.
Oh, here's a good one. Here's another one.
I'm really sorry.
No more tangents. That's it.
Okay.
Okay, Colton.
Okay.
Gosh. Most backwheel bike bunny hops on a bar in 1 minute.
On a bar, like a metal bar,
Or a bar?
or a bar.
Over in China. You know China.
I'm aware of
We're
China.
aware.
I'm aware of China.
China. Another record was broken.
China.
this time on 2 wheels. Ooh. Zhang Jikun achieved the most bunny hops on the rear wheel of a bike in 1 minute with 14 in Guangdao, Shandong, China. Jikun is a famous climbing bike and mountain bike
I'm
enthusiast
assuming
in
on like
China
a metal bar.
who discovered his passion for biking at the age of 9.
I'm assuming like a metal bar because
I would
14
assume.
bunny hops just on the top of a bar doesn't seem that impressive.
Yeah, there's a lot of space.
So I'm assuming a metal like a
Thin.
bar.
Yeah, like
I'm assuming
a
because that's
staircase bar type thing.
yeah. I'm assuming that because that's far more impressive.
I love this one. I love this one. Most handstands in 1 minute by a man and more.
What?
Circus Maverick
Okay.
Nicholas Montes de Oca from Mexico celebrated Guinness World Records Day in style. He broke 3 new records, bringing his total number of record-breaking achievements to 5.
Good for him.
These were the most single-arm handstands in 1 minute. He beat that one. Men's most handstands in 1 minute. He beat that one. And most alternating single-arm handstands in 1 minute. Beat that one.
So how do you count most handstands in 1 minute? Does he have to do a handstand and then get back on his feet and then do another handstand? Like is that
I don't know the logistics. I just know it happened.
I'm confused by the concept of this one. Good for him. 5 world records for one guy. That's pretty good. But
Okay,
I'm confused by the logistics.
So this one just popped into my feed here. Watch. Guinness World Records reveals fastest. What do you think the fastest is? The fastest thing. What do you think it is? The fastest garden shed. Not lying. No cap. Guinness World Records.
I just spit straight into the microphone.
Well, that's why we have our
So we have windscreens.
windscreens here.
God.
Guinness World Records has unveiled a fresh collection of unusual record breakers. The latest in a long line of people who have done highly improbable things better than anyone else. In the United States, Getty, I'm just going to call him Getty. Incredible ability to spin 17 feet titanium hula hoop earned her the Guinness World Records title for largest hula hoop spun female.
Okay, I gotta say that's impressive.
Yeah.
If you've ever tried
A 17-foot diameter.
If you've ever tried hula hooping,
It just had regular hoop.
larger than normal hula hoops,
Oh, yeah.
it's hard. A 17-foot one, that's actually okay. Hats off.
What does it specify if
That's
it's
impressive.
17 feet in diameter or radius?
Either way,
Geez, still,
like,
that's big.
Either way, that's big. 17 feet in diameter, which would be less impressive than radius.
Yeah.
If I remember from the circumference books.
Yeah, because the radius would be half of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember the circumference books?
Yeah.
Circumference.
Circumference.
He was the knight of the round table who made
Yeah,
the round
because
table.
the round.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Anyways, here's another one.
It's one of those weird references I like to throw out that throw people off.
Lisa and Chris Pittman hold the record for the most pine boards broken in 1 minute with one hand. The husband and wife team smashed more than 500 blocks in 1 minute between them. So Lisa had 230, Chris had 315. When not smashing pine boards, Lisa is the only female Taekwondo master in the UK.
Okay, so I imagine it's
That's a side bit. That's just a little side.
Well, that side bit is important because I imagine that that implies that this is the typical like Taekwondo type of like smash this board type of thing. Because otherwise I'd be like, what's the circumstances of what types of boards you're smashing? But I think I understand it a little bit better now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Another record was smashed by Kevin Nix, creator of the fastest garden shed.
Okay, explain.
Okay, well, this garden shed, it zooms around Yorkshire in northern England at 80 miles per hour.
Okay, so it's a
vehicle.
moving garden.
It's a car. It's a fucking car with a trailer on it. And he put garden tools in it. I mean, it's... Anyways, the motorized...
So in my mind, I'm like fastest garden shed. So I'd be like assuming fastest built garden shed. But then it zooms around Yorkshire. I'm like, okay, so it moves.
It does move. No, not the fastest built one. The fastest one. Okay? The motorized shed boasts a 400 bhp turbocharged engine and broke the record by traveling at 80.67 miles per hour.
That's speeding.
Well, yeah, but they did.
I mean, I don't know speed limits in the UK, but I know around most of the US.
And I don't know why they're giving it
80 miles an hour. You'd have to find a
This is Euro News. They must be targeting American audiences. Why would they give it to me in miles per hour?
because the UK use miles per hour.
They do?
Yeah.
I thought that was kilometers.
No, not the UK.
When did that happen?
Forever.
Forever? Oh, yeah, because the Imperials isn't.
Yeah. It's weird. It's the one like imperial measurement they use is miles.
But the rest of it.
Is the rest? Yeah, they use metric for.
I know they
for
still use
most other
kilometers when they talk about like distance and everything.
No, not in the UK.
What?
It's weird. Yeah, it threw me off. I found that out recently too. In the UK, they use miles per hour.
Really?
It's weird because they use metric for a lot of other stuff. It's like the opposite.
Why wouldn't you? Right?
It's like the opposite of the U.S., where the U.S. is imperial in most senses, but uses metric in a few areas.
Obviously, in scientific
it's the opposite
fields.
in the UK. They use metric for most things, imperial in a few areas, such as miles per hour. They use not in the rest of Europe.
No,
they use
metric.
kilometers.
Yeah,
but in the UK, they use miles per hour.
Really?
It's weird. It's weird. It threw me off when I learned that.
Oh, here's a really cool one actually. The category of all her own. Brittany Walsh, a circus performer from Portland, Oregon. Of course. She is the record holder for the farthest arrow shot using her feet, achieving a distance of 12.3 meters.
Why is that a record?
Because it is, and she did it. And she did it good.
I mean, good for her, but why is that a record? I feel like these days you could set a record by just coming up with a very arbitrary category.
And then you do it.
And
you're the first person to do it.
Yeah.
Then someone has to beat it.
Yeah. I've got a bunch of records here I'd like to go through too.
Is this Reddit?
No, it's boardpanda.com.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But I like these records
Panda.
because there's comments. So some of them we want to talk about. So like this one.
Hey, Colton.
Yeah.
Which song has recently broken a record for the longest gap between number ones on the UK's official singles chart after being featured on Stranger Things?
Is it Master of Puppets?
Kate Bush, Daft Punk, The Beatles, or Elvis?
It's got to be Kate Bush.
It's Kate Bush because Running Up That Hill.
Because nobody gave a shit.
And now
because nobody gave a shit about Kate Bush.
No, Kate Bush had great records.
I like Kate Bush, but nobody gave a shit about Kate Bush until Stranger Things. Kate Bush is good.
In April 2022, how old was the world's oldest person? Sister Andre, a nun from France?
122 years old.
I don't know the correct answer.
Oh.
We're doing this quiz together. But you say 122.
Yeah.
202, that's just absurd. That's not possible, right? Come on.
Insane.
Let's fucking get
biblical shit.
118? Oh, it's going to tell us at the end. You can keep going if you want.
I got this.
The world's fastest man, though, we all know that. Usain Bolt.
The Flash.
Wait, here's our options, though. I love these options.
It's
these
Ezra Miller.
Usain Bolt, Ian Bolt, Usain Lightning, or Ian Thunder.
I'm pretty sure only one of those is a real person. To be fair, Usain Bolt does sound like a superhero name.
This doesn't fucking count.
Most children delivered in a single birth to survive. Now, to survive makes me curious, but they don't go into detail. In 2021, Hamila Kisa delivered 9 children, and the first comment goes, "I hope the mom is doing well."
That's a lot of children.
Yeah, it's a lot
to deliver.
Longest breath held voluntarily.
Well, didn't fucking a magician guy do it?
Well, in 2021, I can't pronounce any of that.
David Blaine.
24 minutes and 37 seconds. That's insane. That's
That guy should be dead.
heaviest train pulled with a beard.
Whoa, wait.
Yeah.
Wait a second.
Pulled with a beard.
Heaviest train pulled with
a beard.
beard.
Yeah. In 2001, Ismael Rivas Falcon of Spain, with his beard, pulled a train weighing 2,753 kilograms
Over 6,000 pounds.
over a distance of 10 meters. 32
How?
feet.
Why?
I don't know. Longest stand-up comedy show by an individual.
Ooh.
In 2013, the Midnight Swinger, a.k.a. David Scott, performed
David Scott.
the longest stand-up comedy show. He lasted 40 hours and 8 minutes telling jokes.
That sounds. You want to hear an honest truth from me? That sounds
Yeah.
awful.
That sounds awful.
I would not want to be a part of that.
Yeah. We're going to skip that. Longest attack of hiccups.
Oh man,
Charles
that's unfortunate.
Osborne, USA, started hiccuping in 1922 while attempting to weigh a hog before slaughtering it.
Okay,
He was
that has
unable
nothing to do with the hiccup.
he was
but thank you.
unable to find a cure, but led a normal life in which he had 2 wives and fathered 8 children. He continued until the morning of February 1990.
When he died, I assume.
No, it doesn't say he died. It just stopped. But he
Yeah, he probably just had something in your windpipe, man.
he hiccuped for fucking 80 years
Maybe. I mean, I don't know.
until when he's like fucking 80 something years old,
I
100 years old.
He did not live a normal life. He was
Yeah.
hiccuping the whole time. I hate hiccups. That sounds awful.
Fastest talker. In 1995, Canadian Sean Shannon recited Hamlet's "To Be or Not to Be" soliloquy, 260 words, in just 23.8 seconds.
That's not anything.
That
I remember I saw this guy. It might have been the same guy that sang "Beat It" in like 20 seconds or whatever, right? And it's like you can't hear the words. It just sounds like mumble rap at a certain point.
how would you judge
And-
that? How would you judge that?
Yeah,
as
how
a,
would
as a
you? I
world
mean-
record like person? Like,
No, that sounds
you have
close
to
enough.
record it and like slow it down and
I
make
guess
sure
so.
that you
Yeah,
can
you
actually
would have
hear
to
the
slow it
word.
down.
I don't know. Highest. This is great. This one is the reason why I wanted to bring up this list for us.
Okay, let's go.
Highest vehicle mileage.
All right.
At 4 p.m. on 18th of September 2013, Irvin Gordon, USA, clocked his 3 millionth mile in his 1966 Volvo 1800.
Sensible.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I wanted to bring it
Yeah,
up
at least
because it's a sensible. It's a very sensible car. Driving near the village of Girdwood, south of Anchorage, Alaska, USA. By May 1st, 2014, he had driven 3,039,122 miles.
Wow.
Very sensible.
That's a testament to the Volvo.
This person commented here. I don't know if this is true, but it says that Volvo dealership gifted him a new car at his millionth mile, apparently. But
He still drove the same
but he
one.
stuck
sounds
with
like.
it, and over 3 million miles.
An original engine and everything. I mean, it must be, I guess.
I have no idea, but
That's good enough for me.
very sensible cars.
Yeah, at least he wasn't doing too bad for pollution, during
Yeah.
that.
Fastest time to type 1 million.
Oh, I can type 1 million.
It took 16 years.
That doesn't sound that fast.
Hold on. Of hard work for Les Stewart of Australia to type from 1 to 1 million in words. So like ONE.
That just makes you realize how, just 1 million. And
Yeah.
that's not even a big number by today's standards.
That's how rich millionaires are.
Well, think about like
insane.
Elon Musk, who's worth like 150 billion.
I've heard people say like you could make $100,000 a year and never save every single penny and never be as rich as Elon Musk.
Oh, never. It would take
Yeah.
eons, to get there. What's this one?
Most consecutive one-finger push-ups.
Nice.
In
What a
1992, London's Paul Lynch performed 124 consecutive one-finger push-ups. It's impressive. I don't think I
doing it
could.
right now.
I don't think I could do one.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, Jackson's on the ground right now. Just take my word for it. So there, we don't record video, so there's no proof otherwise. But right now, Jackson is on the ground doing one-finger push-ups. That's 10,
12.
12.
Wow. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah. He did 13 there.
That was a good run.
He did 13 one-finger push-ups.
Did.
And
No way you can prove it.
And no one can prove us wrong because there's no video.
Only we know. We know the truth. I'm
Most
exhausted. My
pubs
fingers
visited.
That's not anything.
Bruce Masters, UK. Of course, that's the UK.
Yeah, because they have like a million pubs alone.
Has visited 46,495 pubs and various drinking establishments since 1960, sampling the local brew wherever available as of 29th of January 2014.
Wow.
Fastest marathon dressed as an elf. In 2017, Ashley Payne of the UK completed a
course.
marathon dressed as an elf in 2 hours and 58 minutes and 16 seconds.
Fast. Especially dressed as an elf.
That's actually a decent time for a
That really
marathon.
is, yeah, it really
Fastest time to drink 2 liters of soda.
All right, this one's got to be America.
Yeah. 2021, Eric Booker, USA, drank 2 liters of soda in 18.45 seconds. That sounds like a nightmare. That fucking carbonation
Oh, imagine the burps.
would kill you. God damn.
But what? Okay, what does it say?
It says he completed the record because it was always his dream to be a Guinness World Record holder.
Well, there you go. Find some weird,
Yeah.
strange thing to do, and you be the first person to do it.
Longest legs on a person.
Okay, the longest legs.
Longest legs in the world belong to Mackay Curran, USA, and measure at 135.267 centimeters. That's 53.255 inches for the left leg, and 52.474 inches for the right leg.
That's quite long.
I don't have any.
Record was verified in 2020.
Yeah, I don't have any way of like comparing that. I don't know how long my legs are.
Oldest person to loop
The loop.
the loop. All right, I want
In
to see
1998, Adeline Eblett of England was a passenger in a glider as it performed a loop over Leicestershire, UK, at the age of 95 years old and 133 days.
I'm not sure exactly what that means,
I-
but that's old. That's an old
Good for her.
old age to do that. Glider perform
I-
a loop. Oh, okay.
I think
mean,
like
I
a
understand.
loop to loop, like you
Yeah.
do like a
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think.
I would assume.
I'm unsure.
I have a question for you.
Yeah.
How fast did Jessie Combs travel in her car to become the Guinness World Records for world's fastest woman? Technically, not the world's fastest woman. The car is.
378 miles per hour.
Well, 322 is one of the options. 422 another option. 522 or 100. That's
I'm
not.
gonna do the first one. 300 is whatever.
Okay. What relevant job did Peter Powers have when he broke the world record for deliberately sleeping without waking up? 8 days. Sleeping. Was he a pillow designer? A pajama tester? I'd love to be a pajama tester. That sounds great.
Amazing.
A hypnotist or a maths teacher?
Maths teacher.
That's what it says.
Gotta be a maths teacher.
Yeah, for sure.
God
What animal is Hercules, the Guinness World Record holder for the largest living cat? A lion, a tiger, a liger, or a kitten?
Kitten. But they can't be it, but I have to guess it.
What species is the world's largest spider? Arizonian tarantula, Goliath bird-eating spider, Goliath monkey-eating spider,
Holy shit.
or Goliath rat-eating spider?
The Goliath bird
The
eating
monkey eating
spider,
one.
because the other ones don't sound like they're real.
No, they don't.
I mean, I'm probably very wrong on that.
This is not pleasant to look at.
I don't want to look at it.
You're
No,
gonna
no.
you're gonna look at it.
No. The fuck is
What record does this man hold? Widest mouth or strongest hands? Widest mouth.
mouth?
What? Okay. Which world record is broken over 400,000 times a day? World's tallest woman. They just keep finding more tall women. World's fastest car. World's longest beard, or world's youngest world's youngest person has to be.
World's
Because
youngest
there's
person.
always
That's
a
gotta
new
be it.
world's youngest person.
There's no way that's not it.
Okay, so let's see. Okay, we got a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, it's not too
You hold the Guinness World Record for the world's most average quizzer.
bad.
No, thank you. Wow. And that's it. That's about it. That's all I have.
So say what
You have
ones we
anything-
got right? Or
No.
wrong?
Nope.
Do I have anything else? Let's see.
Yeah, because I think it's about time. Oh,
I
you got
think-
Rick rolled. I saw that.
Yeah, Guinness World Records today, as we're recording, posted a tweet. It's been 16 years since the first ever Rick roll. How the heck did Rick rolling ever become a thing? Find out here, and they posted a link which takes you to the YouTube page of the. They were gonna give you up video,
Yep. There you
which
go.
I appreciate. I do appreciate that. I don't think I have anything else.
Me neither.
Yeah,
I think that's a good time to end this then.
it is. It's been 2-ish hours.
Well, minus.
Minus 10-15
Editing,
minutes,
yeah.
but whatever.
Anyways, be sure to follow us at All Drunk Pod on Instagram. Check out our Facebook group, the All Drunk Pod
Yeah.
Squad, and give us a like, subscribe, review, download, whatever you prefer on your podcast platform of choice. That
Tell
would be great.
us what you think. We're always looking for actual feedback from our
Yeah.
listeners.
Yeah,
So,
that's always good.
if you like something, if you don't like something, if you think we're just a bunch of nerds, just let us know.
We're gonna beat you up.
We're gonna beat you up.
No, we're not gonna do that. Don't worry.
We're gonna find you.
All right, enough. That's enough, Colton. Quite frankly.
Oh my god. Okay, but that's the gist of it.
Here's one of my favorite reviews we have from Arizona Kid 988. Into the Santaverse. Laughing emoji. Because
You gotta
we
find out what that means.
yeah, look it up. We have a Santa episode.
It's a good episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we do our Spooktobers and we also do our Christmas ones.
Yeah.
Our occasional St. Patty's ones. What other holidays have we touched?
We try to be. Well, Easter's coming up. We could do something Easter related.
That could go wrong in many ways.
Is Easter coming up, or is it? Or
It
happened?
is. No, that's in April.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
I think it's April
I don't-
9th.
I don't.
something like
I don't.
It's always different, though. It's one
I
of
don't
those-
typically take the time to remember when
Easter is one of the ones that's always a different day. Thanksgiving is always it's the last Thursday of November.
We
I
have
believe.
done Thanksgiving episodes.
Did we? Oh, the pie one.
We did a pie tasting. That was a nightmare episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we will see you next week. Get ready.
Yep.
I'm ready.
This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. The Odd Drunk Podcast recommends you follow their Instagram and join their Facebook group for more fun content. To visit all of our current streaming and social media platforms, visit the link tree in the description. If you enjoy the show, we would be appreciated it if you would leave a review on Apple Podcasts. The Odd Drunk Podcast would like to remind you to drink responsibly and not to drink and drive. Okay, Colton, you can roll the outro now.